Welcome to the first episode of WH Game Hideout. Today we'll look at Uncharted 3 in stereoscopic 3D. I'll look at some minis from the PlayStation Network and some other things. This show will be about PlayStation 3 games, PC games, stuff from emulators from the past. So I like the classics, I like the new stuff. You never know what you're going to get on this show, so it's going to be an adventure. And it's in 3D. Let's do it!
The Earth, tamed, cultivated, and ruled by a civilization of people existing upon its surface, harbors another civilization deep in its very core.
Uncharted 3 in stereoscopic 3D on the PS3. Let's take a look. This is the first in the series to have stereoscopic graphics. Unfortunately, my captures don't do justice to what you will see in this game if you have a 3D TV or Sony's new 3D monitor. So, if you get a chance, check it out. If you've never played an Uncharted game before, it's like playing an Indiana Jones movie. It's a lot like Tomb Raider 2. Not the sequel, but also. Anyway, you go around and you're searching for treasure, and you get the usual "Viva, take that from you now, Mr. Jones. Thank you very much" thing. You have to shoot some people and fight them. You have to jump over some railings and ride buckets into unknown territory, eating power pellets and avoiding ghosts. Oh, that was a different game. And perhaps jump into acid. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, they've made a lot of improvements on this game, which is amazing because they're all amazing. Everything in the series is pretty amazing. These games are rated T for teen. There is some swearing and violence. It's actually a little less bloody in this game than on Uncharted 2. And they've added one more button to the melee attacks, and this little trick. You can pull the pin on somebody that has a grenade, watch them explode, and get their weapons. I don't know why a weapon would still be there after he just exploded. Oh well. That's what we love about video games. They're realistic, but not that realistic. And yes, there's climbing involved in this game as well. And when you're shooting locks off of doors, do not shoot your friends. That's just a tip from me to you. This game is great in 3D or not in 3D. Check it out. Uncharted 3 on the PlayStation 3.
Why aren't you in France?
We're rescuing you? From what? Thought you were cashing. Or worse.
So Uncharted 3 is great to play in stereoscopic 3D, as I said in the review. The cutscenes are actually fully rendered 3D, so unlike some games, you don't get a 2D cut screen because it's pre-rendered. These are actually rendered live. And the developer uses the stereoscopic 3D to great advantage. Just like in a movie, they have some scenes where the characters are holding guns out and it's pointing right out at you through the screen. And speaking of characters, we're going to a segment that I like to call Go Figure. The Uncharted Minimates. I have no idea what these things are. They look kind of like little Lego men, or Lego men and women, I guess in this case. But you have here Nathan Drake and Chloe Fraser in all their miniature glory. They come with miniature daggers. He's got the dagger from Uncharted 2 here. She gets her own dagger. And underneath this Toys R Us exclusive sticker, they also have a couple of handguns. And on the back you can see them holding the handguns. I have no idea what these figures are for. Minimates. And they're made by Diamond Select Toys Art Asylum. Naughty Dog Software logo is on there, and it's an official licensed product of PlayStation. So there you have it, the Uncharted Nathan Drake and Chloe Fraser figures. They look kind of like little Lego people. Go figure. This is a PlayStation Minis. Yeah. You can download these on the PlayStation Network for your PlayStation 3 or your PlayStation Portable, and possibly the PlayStation Vita. A space shooter for $2. These graphics look pretty nice, don't they? Well, soon they degrade into what I like to call 1990s PC, or personal computer. You do get some voices here, which I skipped.
Guess who's going to space hell?
And there's also a little animated story at the start that I skipped as well. And you get parallax scrolling, which I think would probably be on an Amiga in the 1990s. Anyway, you've got yourself a typical shoot 'em up. You try not to hit the bullets, and you try to collect the power-ups and other goodies that will help you increase your score. If your power bar gets knocked all the way down because you've hit too many enemy bullets, then you lose your power-ups. So, if you've never played a game like this, you just don't know the joy of getting all those power-ups and then losing them. It's just like R-Type, except not. Well, this game costs $2, as the title tells you. However, I think that you're wasting your money on this game. If you have $2 to throw away on this game, you could send it to me. My PayPal address is on the screen now. I never made it to the first boss because I just simply didn't care. I was hoping that it would just stop. I want to end it all. Please, somebody make it stop.
Not bad. Guess all it needed was a man like me pulling the trigger.
Going from a game I really didn't like to a game that I do like. This one's available for $2 on the PlayStation Network, and it's called Mecho Wars. It's a turn-based strategy game. The goal is to capture your enemy's headquarters without letting the scurvy dogs do the same to you. It's got a kind of a whimsical graphic style that you might like. Or you might say, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. You can buy new units at your buildings if you have a building free. Only the soldier and the ace can capture buildings of the enemy. So you have to have one of those guys around. The flying guys can go flying right over water. However, as the battle goes on, the time changes and the water freezes. And then you can walk your soldiers right over the frozen water. On some maps, this is very cool. Some of them, like this, have plenty of bridges, so you don't really need it. You can also play online, or you can play the campaign by yourself. The computer is a pretty good challenge for you, but not frustrating. It's a fun little game, $2. Check it out, Mecho Wars. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Please join me again in the WH Game Hideout. I know what you're thinking. What, no magic tricks? Alright, I'll do one magic trick just so I can feel like I'm contributing to society. Well, that's not what I meant. Oh, forget it. Coin goes in the hand. Couple of waves. They're really microwaves. Oh, and also you'll need a pinch of magic dust. Whoop, just like that. And the coin has disappeared. Totally and forever. Goodbye.